guys, welcome back. Today I'm reacting to a video that came up in my recommended, and honestly, the thumbnail crushed me. I hate seeing people cry. Her name is Holly. I think it's Honjo or Honjo. I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm sure I just butchered it. And she 8 months ago posted a video quitting my weight loss journey, 1 year on YouTube anniversary, health at every size and body positivity. So I kind of went through her channel here, and the videos look great. You know, she did the Chloe Ting challenge. She's done a lot of exercise videos. And she just seems super sweet, and she does have a lot of content after she made this video. So once I saw it and I watched the first couple minutes, I decided that I wanted to talk about this. So let's get into it. And Apollo is here. He's right here. You guys can't see him, but he's here. Aren't you? Oh, you want to be closer. I don't think they can still see you yet, but okay. All right, let's do it.
Hey my beautiful angels, it's Holly Honjo. Welcome back to my channel. This is my 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube, which is pretty insane. I just wanted to do a video to kind of recap and evaluate and perhaps reassess my goals for the coming year.
I think that's always a good idea anyway. I mean, the new year's a nice way to, to always do it the same time every year. Your birthday, she chose an anniversary.
I had a lot of new subscribers, especially around May. I think one of my videos really took off. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It's one of my original workout videos. It's been very popular, and thank you to that video, I got a ton of new subscribers, and thank you all.
Yeah, she's at like 97,000 subscribers right now, so that's awesome.
For subscribing, I really appreciated it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do just take a moment and
I subscribed. I definitely am interested to see her stuff, and she's super cute.
Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. If you've already subscribed to me, if you're working out, I absolutely love reading your comments every day, and they really, really do motivate me and help me.
She seems so sweet, doesn't she?
Keep going. Sometimes when I'm feeling a bit down about things, it just makes me so happy to know that my workouts are, really having a huge impact on people.
I think that's cool. She does do a lot of exercise videos and, towel workout for plus size, all standing beginner full body kettlebell workout. So, and she did the Chloe Ting challenge, like I mentioned. She's got modified stuff, stretching. So she's done a lot of cool videos.
And that's crazy to me. It really is crazy. But it makes me so happy. And I'm so glad, that you all reach out to me and let me know that. So thank you. Anyway, I want to kind of recap. So I'm going to take you back. August 2019, I made my first YouTube video, posted my first YouTube video. It is so cringy.
I think a lot of people can look back at their first videos, if you've stayed consistent and, look back a year later, 2 years later, however long, and see that, hopefully we've gotten better. And, I've only been doing this since December, so.
I started watching it the other day because I wanted to kind of check in and see, what my goals had been back then. And at that time, I weighed 223 pounds, 8 ounces. I set a goal to lose weight to get to 135 pounds, which meant I had 88 pounds to lose. And the reason I chose the 135 pound goal, I think that was my kind of lightest weight back in maybe 2010, 2012 area. It's probably the lightest I've ever been.
It's interesting because I know I would have to get very sick to weigh 133 pounds again. I would have to lose all the muscle that I've built and not eat very much. That's a really, I don't know how tall she is. That's not very much weight at all.
In my adult life, so I was kind of hoping to get back there. Well, it's August 2020 right now. Basically, I have been super embarrassed to be back here and to be telling you that I'm basically at the same weight. I have lost weight and I've gained weight in that whole year. And I know some of you have watched my other videos where I said that I'd lost some weight, put it on, lost it again.
So this is where I was talking to someone online today who is, he's a nutritionist, and then there's another sports medicine PhD type. And I asked both of them, what do you say to someone who says, well, 95% of diets fail? Both of them said, ask them to cite the study. Where's the study? Who has come up with this number? I searched for like an hour trying to find. Now, I can find articles, I can find talks from doctors, but there's zero studies that have been done that prove this 95% obesity folklore myth that's out there. So listening to her talk about the up and down makes me sad. I know how that feels, because for me, when I struggled, it was always, I'd lose 10 pounds and then it would seem like 2 weeks later I had gained that 10 pounds back. And there's a reason for it. And I know the reason, and many of you probably know the reason, and it's because we don't stick to a plan. You lose the weight. I talked about this on my Instagram, which you should go subscribe, follow me. It's linked down below, Tia Talks. But what happens is people don't look at weight loss as this is going to be my lifestyle. I'm going to get my 10,000 steps in a day. I'm going to exercise, in a gym with weights for an hour, 3 days a week, plus do my walking or whatever. Like, you don't have to be like me and just, 6 days a week lifting weights. I know that's not for everybody, but that's what works for me, and I love it, and it makes me feel my best. So find something that you love to do and do it, But you need to look at it as this is my lifestyle. Don't have this goal in your mind and go, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds, or in her case, I want to lose 88 pounds, and then get to that goal and then lose your mind once you hit the goal, because it's not about just the weight loss. You want to do this for the rest of your life, and you want to still be able to go out and eat with your friends and, have a holiday meal with your family. And you can do all those things and maintain your health and your weight. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing situation. I've heard obese people say, well, this is just how I was meant to be. And that's BS. Nobody's meant to be morbidly obese. They're not.
And I also know that a lot of you are probably very confused because all you see me doing is work out. And you think that I work out a ton. I don't. I only work out around 3 times a week. I've said this numerous times.
I really appreciate her transparency with this. Like she's saying, you guys see me online, you guys all think I work out all the time. I'm only working out 3 days a week.
And the other thing is, I'm still heavily binge eating, binge drinking, and overeating.
I mean, that's very honest. I know that there are YouTubers who are on a weight loss journey that are over 300 pounds and, claim, oh, I'm only eating this much a day. I'm doing all this exercise and the weight still isn't coming off. And that's discouraging to people. She's being very honest, which I appreciate, and saying, I know why the scale is not going in the right direction. I'm binge eating, I'm binge drinking, and I'm going out with friends. So the binge eating, that is a job for a qualified therapist. I personally like finding someone who has their PhD because I always felt like I got a lot of problems. I just wanted someone with more education, more experience, but you can find someone with, a master's in social work or in counseling, and, they can be really great too. But she needs to work with someone and figure out, why is this her coping mechanism? And then the binge drinking, that's very problematic. Not just with her weight, but alcohol alters your state of mind. And why is she doing that to herself? Why is she sabotaging herself too? I know for me, I went through my whole life thinking I was fine, and, I dealt with my, crappy experiences as a child and like my first marriage and stuff. And when I was getting approved for my weight loss surgery and I had to see a therapist, and I was telling her about my life, and she's like, you have a lot of unhealed trauma. Like, she kind of looked at me and I was like, I'm fine. Like, look, she's like, you're fine. You're over 300 pounds. You're visibly not fine. And that was a wake up call for me. And it took me a really long time to get to a place where I could work through that. I mean, we're talking 15 years ish, after meeting with her for those few sessions that I needed. So, and boy, did I have issues.
It's as simple as that.
This breaks my heart.
Okay. I need help, obviously.
That's very, wow. This is taking a lot to do this, I'm sure.
And since, sitting here and admitting all this to you is extremely scary for me, because I've built my whole YouTube and I'm trying to build my Instagram around inspiring and encouraging people to be their best selves. And I
wonder if she's just putting too much pressure on herself as well, We all do that at times, I think.
just feel kind of so shitty that I'm really struggling so hard to do it myself. And I also know that there will be a lot of you watching this who can resonate and really understand my struggles.
I think a lot of us can. I know I certainly can. I feel for her, and I know how hard this can be. And then she's done this all from the get-go in the public eye, So that's hard.
Multiple kind of setbacks and feeling like you're just not getting anywhere. So I don't want to say I'm not too worried about that, because I feel like there will be people who understand this.
I didn't read the comment section or anything of this. I'm sure that she got a lot of support in her comment section and stuff. And like I said, this is very refreshing to have a YouTuber say, here's what's going on, and why didn't I lose weight in a year? This is why.
But
She's not blaming someone else or a situation or a person or a condition or a whatever. She's really taking accountability. And I think this is going to be even more inspiring for her audience.
at the same time, I know there's a certain point when people are watching you going, what's wrong with you? Like, why can you not just do it? And I'm sure I'm going to get multiple comments from people like, it's easy, just do this. It's easy, lose weight. All you have to do is eat less. Which I'm obviously, very thank you. Anyway, I want to go back a little bit for you. And I've really been in kind of a lot of turmoil recently. So COVID has happened since March. Everyone's been in lockdown. We've had Black Lives.
So remember, this is 8 months ago. Yeah, lockdown sucked.
Matter.
And I cut her off, but she said Black Lives Matter.
And I'm sure that's also been on a lot of people's minds, reading up, getting educated about it. And I've, myself been doing my fair share of reading. And then I also joined Instagram, so I've educated myself on there. And on Instagram, I actually have started to follow a lot of body positive people.
Oh no. So, the title of her video, she's got haze and body positivity in there. This worries me because they will encourage her not to lose weight. And they will encourage her and tell her, you're perfect the way you are. And, there's health at every size. And all these scientists and doctors are wrong. And it worries me because there's a lot of misinformation out there that is being lobbed around by these communities. And it worries me. It worries me a lot for her that this could be her undoing.
Fat acceptance people, members of the HAZE, which is the Health at Every Size movement, and
I've said this before with the Health at Every Size. So there will be fat people who 300 plus pounds, and they'll say, I had my blood work done and everything was perfect. And a lot of times those people are a little younger, 20s, maybe early 30s. And I promise you that will not stay the same for you as you get to be my age in your 40s and 50s and higher, because it catches up with you. Your blood work isn't always going to stay that way. It won't. You have youth on your side. So it worries me a lot. It really worries me.
I'm finding that it's really been extremely eye-opening for me. If you follow me on Instagram, it might seem kind of like a different page, or you might have noticed in the past 2 or 3 weeks or so, I've been posting a lot more body positive content, and kind of showing off my body a bit more. It's been less about the weight loss and more about kind of loving yourself, accepting yourself for who you are.
Okay, so I'm down for this. I do think you should love yourself and accept yourself for who you are. I always believe that. I also believe that loving yourself is taking care of yourself. And binge eating, binge drinking, overeating, that is not loving yourself. It's not.
And that's really what I've learned so much of on Instagram. I've tried to make sure that my feed is very diverse, and following lots of different types of people, but my kind of primary focus on my Instagram is body positivity and fat acceptance. And the turmoil that I've had with that is because I also follow weight loss accounts too. Especially at the beginning when I first joined Instagram, I was following a lot of weight loss accounts. And then I found the body positivity accounts, which really resonated with me, and I found myself very drawn to, and so I followed more and more. And
that really worries me because, like I was saying, you can always find a group that's going to say what you want to hear. Do you know what I mean? And that's not always a good thing. That's not always a good thing. And I really feel like with the Health at Every Size, fat acceptance, body positivity, it's just gone the way of screw health, do what you want, I'm meant to be fat, no, because we're not meant to eat fast food every day. We're not meant to, eat all this processed food, not drink any water, drink soda all day or whatever. It's so frustrating because, okay, we're not meant to do that. We're simply not. And there's a reason why there's an obesity epidemic, because people don't cook their own food. They don't watch what they're eating. They don't get out and get regular exercise. I really believe that there's this huge wave of in this country of vitamin D deficiency because nobody goes outside to do anything. Everyone stays inside and is on their computer, which you can do that as long as you're watching my channel.
I can really understand it and I love it. I love seeing all the beautiful people. It makes me very happy. It makes me feel more confident seeing other people. As all of you say on my videos, with a body like mine, seeing somebody else with a body like mine putting themselves out there. And so I have started to try and do that to help encourage and inspire other people on my page who see me doing it, that, to really kind of love yourself at the point that you are right now.
Right. I agree. Love yourself where you are right now while you are working on getting your health straightened out, on eating nutritionally dense food. Eat food that does something for your body. I'm not saying that it's not okay to enjoy a meal out and have a glass of wine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when that's the norm rather than the exception, that's when you start getting into trouble.
Anyway, I digress. So the point that I have been in turmoil about this whole thing is, on the one hand, I have followed these weight loss accounts, and some people are pretty strongly against the health at every size movement. Mm-hmm. And then there's the body positivity and the fat acceptance crew, who it seems like you cannot be in the middle, and I really struggled with this for a good few weeks. I think I posted about it at the beginning of my...
I've already had health at every size people and body positive people say stuff to me. I've been judged before people know who I am or what I've been through. And you don't understand because you're not struggling with your weight. Well, let me show you a picture. I really hope it worries me. It worries me.
My Chloe Ting challenge, I was kind of feeling pretty down because I was very stressed. Maybe I don't need to be, but it was weighing on me heavily, kind of which side do I fit on? Am I in the weight loss group or am I in the body positive group? Because I really want to be in the body positive group, but I also really want to lose weight. But am I allowed to want to lose weight? Am I allowed to post about weight loss?
Am I allowed to want to lose weight? Am I allowed to post about weight loss? Michelle McDaniel released a video, I think it was this morning, which it's Tuesday the 20th right now. And it was a video she posted about the comment section of one of Tess Holliday's Instagram posts. And someone said to Tess, "You look so healthy. Your eyes are bright. Your skin is glowing. Your hair is shiny. I hope you're as happy and as on the inside as you look on the out." Like, it was such a lovely compliment. And Tess actually came back and said, "Don't say that I look healthy, because that's not body positive." What the hell, people? Come on. So she's worried, am I allowed to post about weight loss? Am I allowed to come on. You post whatever the hell you want.
If I'm doing that. And, I feel like this was pressure I put on myself to pick a side. And I eventually came to the realization that I don't have to pick a side. What is good for me right now is to love and accept my body as it is right now. I need that, my body needs that, and I need that to progress further in my journey. I think the biggest thing that struck a chord for me was, and I'm sorry I can't give credit because I don't remember who it was, but I saw a post by another body positive or fat acceptance person, and they talked about how, you know, they were happy in their body now, but they had found some old photos of back when they were slimmer, and they kind of were kicking themselves because they were happier now, but at that time they...
I know where she's going with this. I remember when Bob and I got our wedding pictures back, I was really, really upset. I thought I looked so fat. And I look at them now and I'm like, it was fine. I didn't look fat. But I know that people will often think that being a certain size is going to bring them happiness, and it doesn't. You know, I think it is good to learn to be happy every day and be appreciative of where you are every day while you work towards a goal. That's fine. Happiness comes in all forms and different people and all this stuff. So, you know, I do think that that's a good thing, is to learn to be happy with whatever you are.
They hadn't thought they were happy, something like that. And this really, really hit a nerve for me, because when I look back at my photos of me in Japan, I was beautiful. And I was the slimmest I've ever been. I guess, okay, I know I'm beautiful still now, but...
Look at her. She's starting to tear up. This makes me so sad.
I'm wondering, what am I doing? I'm chasing something, trying to be slim, thinking that it's going to bring me happiness, when years ago I was slim and I felt unhappy, ugly, and fat. And that really...
This is why therapy is such a good thing, because there is a reason why. What is she unhappy about? So obviously I can't talk to her, and this is something that she and a healthcare or, you know, professional need to talk about. There's a reason why people eat to excess and end up morbidly obese. You know, it's a way that they're dealing. It's their coping mechanism, and it's, yeah.
It really hit me, because it's like, what am I doing? Why am I chasing this notion that being slim is going to bring me happiness? And that really was a turning point for me in my relationship, in my journey, that I deserve so much more. That girl from Japan.
Yep, she's right. I hope she's on the right path. It makes me sad to see her that way.
Deserves so much more. We all deserve so much more for ourselves than we really give ourselves credit for. And that is why I am now more into body confidence and accepting and loving my body for what it is, as it is right now. I'm not saying that I don't still want to lose weight. That would be really disingenuous of me to say that I'm fine being this fat.
I mean, I'm glad to hear her say that. And I hope that these communities have been kind to her, if any communication has been there, because I know that they can be very very critical and very harsh. You know, you'll see, I don't know if you guys remember when Lizzo started getting healthy and did a juice cleanse and all that, and she got some flack about you not being body positive.
I'm not, to be honest, but my takeaway from all this is I need to find a way to love myself wholly and completely before I can start mending that relationship I have with food.
Okay. So this is something that I've heard Greg Doucette say, and a couple other. One guy's an exercise scientist, a master's or a PhD. Another one is a dietitian, a registered dietitian. And people say relationship with food. And when I first heard, I'm sure it was Greg Doucette, you don't have relationships with food, you have relationships with people. And I know that some people think it's just, an easy way to put down someone saying, my relationship with food is terrible and blah, blah, blah. But when I started really thinking about that, relationships are not with food, they're with people. It changed the way I looked at food in a good way, because I don't have relationship with food. Like do you know what I don't know how to articulate myself well enough for this, but I think when we can start being more objective about our diets and more level-headed about it, it helps.
I'm going to tell you a couple of stories. Number one, as a child, I was teased mercilessly and relentlessly by my brothers about my weight. They continue.
So was I. By my older sister Tasha. She called me names every day of my life that we lived together. She always told me that I was fat. She told me I was ugly, that red hair was disgusting, and that even though she had freckles, my freckles were uglier because of the color that they were and the pattern they were in. And, I feel like that's siblings. And I got a lot of flack at school. I got it all the way around. When my parents split up and whoever my dad was dating at the time, they would give me a hard time about my weight. And I had a lot of trauma as a child, and being a 10-year-old, you don't know, oh, I had trauma and that's why I'm overeating. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Continuously called me names, and I felt like shit all the time. We have a good relationship now, but that didn't help. I wasn't bullied at school about my weight, thank gosh.
Lucky.
I remember when I was around, I don't know the age, maybe between 6 and 10, and I went to a birthday party, and I didn't want to eat the food at the party because I didn't want other people to think I was fat, or to know I was fat when I was already big.
Yeah, I've been there where, obviously people know I was fat because you can see it, but I know I've been embarrassed or apprehensive to eat in a crowd of people that maybe I didn't know all of them, or I wasn't comfortable with all of them, because I didn't want to be judged like, oh, the fat girl's eating like she needs to eat. Well, I was hungry, so I see what she's saying.
So I used to not eat in front of people. I would eat in front of my family and stuff at home, that, was fine. But even up until I went to university, I hated eating in front of people. And it was because I didn't want people to know I was fat.
She's really laying a lot of groundwork for all this, and just reiterating that issues like this and why people become obese usually require some therapy, because there's a reason for it.
Being a secret eater has definitely been a big part of my life.
I think a lot of people are secret eaters. It's interesting, she's in the UK, and there was a show there called Secret Eaters, where if it was on now, people would lose their mind. I want to say it probably ended like in the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s, but they would have the premise of the show is they would have, so Anna Richardson is the host, and she was always like on some diet or trying some weird, machine or something that was supposedly going to get the fat off. But she was the host, and people would write in and say, we're fat and we don't know why, help. And so she would come in with a team, and they would rig their house up with cameras so they could see how they were eating. And then what the participants didn't know is that the show also had two private eyes, or and then they would follow the people around when they left the house. I mean, they would enlist help from their friends and family. Some people would get footage for them, say they were having a party. The private investigators would come to the person's house and be like, can we put cameras up so we can watch Susie doing this, she's on Secret Eaters, we want to see what she's eating. I mean, they would follow them to bars, and then they would get all this tape compiled, bring them in, and be like, oh, really? You think you only ate this? Well, let me show you the 8,000 calories you ate today. And they would be mortified. So secret eating, there's enough people doing it that there was a whole show.
That's the point. I'm just telling you some of my history. I was at Weight Watchers when I was about 12. I used to go with my mum. I think it was even like I was too young actually to technically go, because you have to have like B12 or something. So I was going to Weight Watchers. This has been a constant struggle my whole life. And I have lost weight. I lost weight before I went to university. And then I put it on at university. And then I lost weight before I went to Japan. And I kept it off in Japan. I was walking everywhere. I was very busy in Japan. So,
see, that's another thing. So when you go to places like Japan and other countries where a lot of people walk everywhere, they're automatically staying active and burning those calories that they're putting in their body. So it's easier to stay, the weight, a normal weight. When we lived in Korea, and this is before, smartphones didn't exist yet, and we didn't have apps and all that stuff. I wore a pedometer, just a little tiny $5 pedometer, and I wore that everywhere. And my goal back then was to get 10,000 steps in a day. And it was super easy walking to work and walking home. You go downtown, you walk. So it was much easier. So when, you live someplace where there's enough space, when you walk enough, it's easier to keep the weight off. Then, she comes back home and she's not walking as much, but the eating is probably still staying the same. So this is why I keep reiterating, it has to be a lifestyle choice. You have to be making conscious decisions and effort putting into, I'm getting my 10,000 steps today. I'm going to the gym today. I'm going to eat proportioned, well-balanced meals. I'm going to drink all my water. That has to be the norm versus, going out and indulging being a lot less common. I mean, that's just the way it is.
And I went to the gym. I had time for myself. And I think when you're in your 20s, you have that time. If you don't have kids, if you don't have dependents, you have time to make that time just for yourself.
Okay, so time is another issue that I get frustrated with when people say they don't have time. Because I want to say, okay, give me your phone. I want to pull up how much screen time you had yesterday, the day before, last week. Now your phone will tell you, here's your report for the week. And you can say that you don't have enough time, but I guarantee you, I can find 90 minutes, 60 minutes a day for you to do something. You have time, but is it a priority? And you know what? I still worked out when my kids were really little. When I met Bob, I was a single mother, and I was training for a marathon when I met him and working ridiculous hours. So you have to prioritize it. Get a calendar, Google Calendar, get a paper planner, whatever you have to do, and plug in all the commitments that you have and look and see where you have a slot to exercise and take care of yourself. I guarantee you can find one.
My weight has been a struggle my whole life, up and down. I told you I the same weight as I was last year, but that's not to say that I haven't actually lost about 50 pounds this year. I've lost about 50 pounds, but I've put it on, you know, I've lost, like, I did the Chloe Ting challenge the other day, lost 8 pounds. I'm pretty sure I put it all on. So in conclusion, what I have decided is, in order for me to progress myself, I'm going to go see a therapist. I have a lot.
Hallelujah. She has realized that she needs help with this. This is bigger than she is, and no pun intended. This is bigger than she is, and she needs someone who can support her and help her and teach her how to get through this and not to abuse herself.
A lot of mental issues. I've got some other, like, childhood trauma that I don't want to talk about right now.
And I had mentioned that. That is something, you know, a lot of us have, unfortunately. You know, it's, yeah.
And I need to work on getting myself fixed inside and to love myself, I think, before I can fix. Well, it's not even fixed. I guess I shouldn't say that. That's the wrong mindset.
Aww. I feel so bad for her. I know how she feels.
But
Don't cry.
my goals have shifted. My goal is now my health and fitness. So my health and fitness, and to fix what's on the inside, what is broken and what is damaged. And then I'm hoping that in fixing that, I can strive towards a healthier lifestyle.
I think that's good. I think that's really good. I think that's wise. And my heart, I just trying to hold back. I don't want to cry too. I just feel, I know exactly how she feels.
So anyway, okay. Sorry, this has been a bit of a downer. But I just kind of wanted to let you all know where I'm at. So from here on out, I'm not going to be posting any more like weight loss type, or I don't think I'm going to be. I don't think that's going to be helpful for me in my journey right now. I'm actually not weighing myself anymore. I'm not going to be posting any weight loss kind of diaries or check-in.
So I wanted to look at her channel. So right after that, this video that we're reacting to now, she's got a workout one, a Sheen haul, exercise, then redefining my weight loss goals, setting new goals, a workout, a Q&A, a workout, body positivity is for everybody, or is it gatekeeping and the dark side of body positivity, a bra fitting, a haul, vlogtober, working out, and then most recently she is back to, she's doing weigh-ins again and stuff, so that'll be interesting to go through her stuff and kind of see how she's doing.
Of this is my weight. I know I haven't been great about that anyway, but it's nobody's damn business, and it doesn't matter. Your weight doesn't matter. Your weight does not equal your worth in this.
Okay, so she's right. Your weight does not equal your worth, but it certainly matters. And that's kind of this fallacy of the health at every size movement, body positivity, fat acceptance. Your weight does matter. It absolutely matters. And there are studies after studies after studies that shows what obesity does to your body.
World, and that is something I am learning right now. Honestly, of course, yes, I do still want to lose weight, but that is not my main goal at this point. My main goal is to heal inside and to start a healthier lifestyle.
And that's good. I think, you heal and then you start a healthier lifestyle that's going to carry you through for your life, and it's not going to be this yo-yo stuff and binge eating and binge drinking.
Or keep up with a healthier lifestyle, make that my way of life. And with that, if I'm not binge eating, binge drinking, or overeating, then I'm sure I will lose weight. I am absolutely 100% still here for all of you, and if you want to share your weight loss with me, I'm more than happy to hear about it and support you on that. But please don't ask me how much weight I've lost or how much I weigh, because
I mean, she has every right to do that, obviously. I mean, she doesn't have to share anything with anybody. But like I said, I do think it's interesting. She's back to weighing in and stuff like that. So perhaps she's gotten to a point in her journey that she feels like she can do that now.
I won't answer questions about that anymore. That's not what is important to me right now. And yeah, I'm gonna go start seeing a therapist. And
that's good.
I will obviously still be putting out awesome workouts for all of you. Thank you all so much anyway for supporting me.
I just feel so bad for her. Seems like she's really nice.
And
I hope she's better.
I'll see you soon.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that kills me. So I'm gonna have Justice link this video in the description, so you guys can go check out her channel. But that was just kind of my take on. It really worried me when she was like, and then I found health at every size and body positivity, and I was like, no. So we'll see. I'm gonna go look through her channel and see if she talks about where she's at now with the community. So anyway, thank you guys again for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I don't give a what?